But we begin in court today with two people bound over to stand trial in the terrifying attack on a Washtenaw County foster family. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 5. I'm Glenda Lewis.
And I'm Simon Shaquette. It's a disturbing case we've been following since the tragedy on New Year's Day. A mother and her father killed, a husband shot and wounded, and 2 children kidnapped. This happened in Northfield Township.
Well, today, that wounded father taking the stand in a preliminary hearing for 2 suspects. The hearing went on for hours. 7
News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham was in the courtroom. And Darren, you spoke one-on-one with the father about how he's coping with this tragedy.
Jeffrey Bernard tells me he is bracing for a long haul, knowing that this is just a preliminary hearing. But he tells me he is doing what is necessary to get justice for his family.
When I asked if she said anything about killing or did she have the intent or wanted to kill them, he did tell me that she made statements that she was going there to kill them.
Jeff Bernard listened from the gallery as Sergeant James Basso with Northfield Township Police Department testified about his interactions with co-defendants Gregory Callahan and Keith Finley, 2 of the people accused of breaking into Bernard's home New Year's Day. The third suspect, Siobhan Vincent, was not in court, but she's accused of masterminding the home invasion. Bernard was the first to take the stand, having to relive the horror he experienced that night.
I mean, it's been okay simply because part of processing this, talking to a psychologist, and so I've been talking a lot about this over the last 3.5 months.
He recalled 3 people breaking into his Northfield Township home through the front door, making demands for cash and for a child. That child is Bernard's foster daughter, who he and his wife Jennifer were in the process of adopting. Suspect Siobhan Vincent is the biological mother and the alleged shooter of the 3 victims. Bernard recalled hearing his wife Jennifer's screams that night and said he knew she was dead the moment he looked at her after she was shot. His father-in-law, Stevie Ray Smith, was also shot and killed. Bernard was shot in his side and his face, losing sight in his right eye. He woke up and managed to make it to his neighbor's home for help, starting the police investigation.
There are some moments that, to relive that are hard, very hard, when it comes to my wife and my daughter and the whole situation, but I understand that has to be done to move forward.
Officers testified to catching the suspects in Ypsilanti Township that evening. They recovered Bernard's biological 9-year-old daughter, as well as his foster daughter, both physically unharmed. Investigators said several weapons, as well as stolen phones, credit cards, and jewelry belonging to the victims were recovered from the vehicle. Vincent allegedly wired money from Bernard's account to her son. The one face not present in the courtroom, suspect Siobhan Vincent. The prosecutor told me that Vincent is not a part of this preliminary exam because she has a competency exam in May. Reporting outside Washtenaw District Court, Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
Thank you, Darren.